I think people are generally quite happy, but 9 out of 10 Arsenal fans will say to you, look, the here and now, we need a striker, or at least a forward that can maybe play through the middle. So what are the options, the realistic options for Arsenal in January?
I think it's difficult because you see all the names mentioned. I've seen hundreds of fans mention Isak. I've seen hundreds of fans mention Gyökeres, Osimhen as well. And these players are obviously of top quality, but at the same time, it's so difficult to get top strikers in January when their teams are aiming to achieve something. Isak, their teams are aiming for Champions League. Osimhen feels like he owes something to Galatasaray for giving him the opportunity to, show that he's still a top striker. And Gyökeres as well, he said that he's going to stay up until the summer. I think the most realistic option for them right now is probably Vlahovic, a player that they were linked with a few years ago in 2022. Obviously, his time at Juventus hasn't been the greatest. He's still scoring goals. He's got 12 goals, 2 assists this season. But if you speak to, or if you see any Juventus fans' frustration this season, they say he misses a lot of chances. But at the same time, I think sometimes a new environment might be good for a team, and because they want him so bad, and we've seen the Kolo Muani links to Juventus, I think it just makes sense.
It really does in that sense, and I think when you look at Vlahovic again, when he was at Fiorentina, he was a focal point of their attack. Everything went into his feet. He linked really well. What's quite strange, obviously, Thiago Motta's now a Juventus manager. He likes a forward that drops off the line. Obviously, Joshua Zirkzee at Bologna. That kind of fitted what Vlahovic was doing at Fiorentina, but maybe not now. And it's an interesting one. You mentioned all those good forwards, and for example, Isak isn't going to leave Newcastle this January, in my opinion. 25 goals in 2024, and Shearer's managed more in a calendar year in the last 22 years. And when you look at those numbers underlying him, since the start of last season, only Haaland scored more as a striker, only Watkins has created more chances, and only Jackson has completed more dribbles. He's got that duality. He's too far away. You mentioned the likes of Osimhen as well. Could they get him from Galatasaray? He's got one of his best goal plus assists per 90 in his entire career. And then Gyökeres has basically said that he's staying at Sporting. 62 goals in 2024. Those players feel away from it. But what about someone like a Benjamin Šeško?
Yeah, who Arsenal were reportedly interested in the last window. So might they go back in for him again?
For sure, I think he's someone that has started to evolve. You look at the start of 2024, I remember watching him against Real Madrid in the Champions League knockout game. His movement was incredible. Got into so many good goal-scoring opportunities, but that day missed 3 big chances. From that point onwards, you're looking at his numbers, 18 goals in the Bundesliga. That's more than the likes of Matheus Cunha, Kai Havertz have managed in the Premier League. So he's got the quality. But also looking at his underlying numbers, he scored around 9 more goals than he should have done due to his expected goals. So big potential, and we all saw his goal against Werder Bremen this weekend. An absolute banger.
Netov, he scores some bangers, doesn't he, Šeško? So, possibly Vlahovic, possibly Šeško. These might be the more realistic options. We'll wait and see.
In my opinion, Benjamin Šeško would be an excellent signing for Arsenal as their main striker. He possesses all the qualities needed to thrive in Mikel Arteta's system, combining skill, physicality, and a clinical eye for goal. One of Šeško's biggest strengths is his long-range shooting ability. He has the technique and confidence to strike the ball with precision and power from outside the box, making him a constant threat from distance. This is a crucial attribute for Arsenal, especially when facing deep defensive lines that limit space inside the penalty area. Moreover, his finishing is nearly flawless. Šeško has a natural instinct for goal, positioning himself well in the box and converting chances with both feet and his head. Whether it's a one-on-one situation, a first-time shot, or a header from across, he delivers with consistency. Having a striker who can finish with such efficiency would significantly boost Arsenal's attacking threat. Physically, Šeško is a powerhouse. He possesses great strength, making it difficult for defenders to push him off the ball. His body fitness allows him to maintain high intensity throughout the game, pressing defenders and making dangerous runs behind the backline. Additionally, Šeško is technically skilled, combining his physicality with good ball control, dribbling, and link-up play. He would fit seamlessly into Arsenal's attacking system, providing a focal point while also contributing to build-up play. Overall, Šeško's long-range shooting, finishing ability, physical presence, and technical skill make him a perfect fit for Arsenal. If the club secures his signature, he could be the missing piece in their quest for silverware. What makes the Šeško situation even more intriguing is the reports that he's already signaled a strong desire to join Arsenal. According to multiple sources, including the Mirror, Šeško is reportedly willing to make the move to North London, and it seems he's already made it clear that he would prefer joining Arsenal over other Premier League clubs. This is huge. In a world where transfer deals are often complicated by competing offers and financial powerhouses, having a player actively choose your club gives you a massive advantage. The fact that Šeško is keen on playing under Arteta could be the catalyst that pushes this deal over the line. Even though there are other clubs in the mix, including some big-name Premier League sides, the striker's personal preference makes Arsenal the frontrunners. There's more to this than just personal preference, though. According to reports, a gentleman's agreement is believed to be in place, allowing Šeško to make the move in the summer. This adds another layer of complexity to the deal. While a summer transfer seems likely, Arsenal might be tempted to try and bring him in earlier. After all, with their current striker crisis, having a player of Šeško's caliber could make all the difference for the remainder of the season. If Arsenal does act now, it could set the stage for a more successful second half of the campaign, one where their attacking options are much stronger and more reliable. But Arsenal are not the only club circling around Šeško. As expected, Barcelona have also been linked with the young forward. However, Barcelona's well-known financial struggles could mean that they don't have the funds to compete with Arsenal on this deal. While Barcelona's interest is certainly noteworthy, the Catalan giants are stuck under La Liga's strict financial regulations. This makes it difficult for them to make any serious moves for a player like Šeško, especially with the figures being rumored for the transfer. Given this, Arsenal have a clear advantage when it comes to negotiating terms. Barcelona might want him, but it's Arsenal that are in the driver's seat, and with the club in a far healthier financial position, they should have no problem making a competitive offer. Now, Arsenal isn't sitting around waiting for summer just yet. The Gunners are reportedly weighing up a £70 million bid for Šeško, and there's even talk that the club might go for it as early as January. Of course, this comes with risks. While Šeško is undoubtedly an exciting talent, there's the question of whether a move now makes sense, or if it's better to wait. The fact that Šeško's agent has hinted that a January move is unlikely unless Arsenal offers something truly massive suggests that waiting could be a wise option. There's no rush to push this deal through before the window closes, especially if Arsenal feels that they can land in the summer when his release clause might be easier to activate or when his availability becomes clearer. That said, Arteta is aware of the stakes. After a disappointing 2-2 draw with Aston Villa, he publicly admitted that his squad is very short on depth, especially up front. The need for a reliable goal scorer has never been more apparent. With Saka and Jesus both out for extended periods, the pressure on players like Havertz and Martin Odegaard is mounting. Arteta's frustration is understandable. You can only ask so much from players who are being stretched to their limits. And while Havertz has shown flashes of promise, it's clear that he's not yet the striker Arsenal need to compete at the highest level. This makes finding a solution sooner rather than later a priority. But the question remains, who else might be on Arteta's radar? There's been growing speculation that Arsenal could look to Napoli's Victor Osimhen. While he would undoubtedly be a great addition to the squad, there are concerns. Some reports suggest that Osimhen's attitude has been questioned, and this could make him a risk for the Gunners. Attitude issues are always a gamble, and Arteta might prefer a player like Šeško, who seems to fit the culture of the team more seamlessly. It's not just about ability on the pitch. It's also about the mentality and how well a player gels with the rest of the squad. Arsenal cannot afford to take any unnecessary risks at this point in the season, especially with the pressure mounting for a top 4 finish. And if Šeško and Osimhen aren't in the cards, it looks like Arsenal could be out of the race for another target, Viktor Gyökeres. The Coventry striker had been linked with the Gunners for some time, but recent reports suggest that Manchester United are now in pole position to sign him. This is another blow for Arsenal, who are already fighting to strengthen their attacking options. If they miss out on Gyökeres, it could be another reminder of just how competitive the Premier League transfer market has become. Meanwhile, there's also the matter of Arsenal's midfield. Despite initial rumors suggesting that Jorginho might be on his way out of the club, it now looks like Arteta wants to keep the Italian international for the long term. Flamengo have reportedly entered talks with Jorginho, But with no deal on the horizon just yet, the situation remains up in the air. Arsenal's midfield depth is something that Arteta values highly, and letting go of Jorginho might not be the best move for the club, especially given his experience and versatility. It'll be interesting to see how this situation develops over the next few weeks, but for now, it seems like Jorginho will remain part of the Gunners' plans. So, what's next for Arsenal? The transfer window is heating up, and with Arteta's squad still short on firepower, the club is facing some big decisions. Will they push hard for Šeško now, or hold off until the summer? Can they pull off a major move for another forward, or will they be forced to gamble on a less proven option? With several twists and turns still to come, one thing is for sure: Arsenal's transfer window is about to get a lot more interesting. As the transfer window continues to unfold, Arsenal's pursuit of a new striker has become one of the most talked about storylines in the Premier League. With the club's current attacking options stretched thin and the pressure mounting to stay competitive, the question remains: who will Arteta turn to in January? Benjamin Šeško has emerged as one of the most promising options, offering a unique blend of power, skill, and clinical finishing that could make him the perfect fit for Arsenal's system. His ability to strike from distance, dominate in the air, and link up play could transform the Gunners' attack, especially in the absence of key players like Saka and Jesus. But the road to signing Šeško isn't without its obstacles. With other big clubs circling and rumors swirling about a summer move, Arsenal's decision to push for a January transfer could hinge on the club's willingness to meet Leipzig's demands. If they act quickly, the Gunners could secure a striker who could play a pivotal role in their pursuit of silverware this season. Yet, the situation is far from clear. Is Arteta willing to gamble on a potentially high-risk, high-reward signing now, or will he wait for a more feasible deal later? Meanwhile, the possibility of adding a player like Osimhen or Gyökeres cannot be ruled out, though both options come with their own set of challenges. Osimhen's price tag and reported attitude concerns make him a risky proposition for a club like Arsenal, who are focused on building a unified squad with the right mentality. Gyökeres, meanwhile, seems to be slipping out of Arsenal's grasp, with Manchester United now emerging as the front-runners for his signature. This only highlights the level of competition Arsenal faces in the market, with every club keen to snap up the best attacking talent available. With all these potential signings, one thing is clear: Arteta has a tough decision ahead. The Gunners striker search is far from over, and whether they secure a big-name signing this January or wait for the right opportunity in the summer, their next move could shape the course of the season. Will they get their hands on Benjamin Šeško and take their attack to the next level, or will they shift their focus to a different target? As the days tick down in the transfer window, Arsenal fans are left holding their breath, eagerly awaiting what could be the next major step in the club's quest for glory. The reality is that Arsenal's next signing could be a game-changer, one that not only strengthens their title challenge, but also sets the tone for the future. What's clear is that Arteta needs to act quickly and wisely, as the window is closing fast, and the competition for top-tier talent is fierce. Whether it's Šeško, Osimhen, Gyökeres, or someone else entirely, Arsenal's next move could define their season. So Gunners fans, keep an eye on the transfer news, because the next chapter in Arsenal's pursuit of silverware could be written very soon. This conclusion leaves room for speculation and builds excitement while recognizing the complexities and challenges Arsenal faces. It also reinforces the idea that whatever decision they make, it will have a significant impact on their season.